Every Olympics wins medals for nations and memories for people. Like for most Indians, my memories of Olympics center around hockey. Because with the exception of an Abhinav Bindra or a Neeraj Chopra and a few wrestlers, weightlifters and boxers, India's medals have mostly come from hockey. My hockey memories actually begin in 1975, a year before the 1976 Montreal Olympics, when I was a class 8 student, aged 13, at this school, AKJM, or the Archbishop Kavukad Jubilee Memorial School in Kottayam district, Kerala. When we joined the school in class 5, the Jesuit priest running the school had told us that the primary focus here would be on character building and that everything else, including studies, would come next. That was like wow. So we had a lot of outdoor activities and we enjoyed what could be called an out-of-the-box school life here. Those, of course, were the heady days of Indian hockey and Team India was near invincible. So on one of those days, we had our social studies teacher, Father Dominic Gomez, come briskly into the class with a radio in hand, telling us, hey, come out, let's listen to the commentary. India was playing Malaysia in the 1975 World Cup hockey semi-final. For Father Gomez, that was social studies. And he said, come on, let's go to the rubber plantation outside and listen to this important commentary. And we all followed him. And he had one condition, don't make noise. Now, this is the rubber plantation from where we listened to the 1975 World Cup hockey semi-final played in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. For those of you who do not know hockey much, I must give you a background about India in Olympics. We were nearly unbeatable for decades. 1928 Amsterdam gold, 1932 Los Angeles gold, 1936 Berlin gold, 1940 and 44 there were no Olympics because of the World War II, 1948 London gold, 1952 Helsinki gold, 1956 Melbourne gold, 1960 for the first time silver, beaten in the final by Pakistan. 1964 bounced back to gold in Tokyo. 1968 India falls to bronze medal in Mexico City. 1972 Munich, bronze again. And here we were in 1975 with so many gold medals in Olympics, but not a single World Cup victory. And we were in the semi-final playing Malaysia in Malaysia. Jasdev Singh was in the commentary box for All India Radio from Kuala Lumpur. We thought Malaysia would be easy pushovers, but when we started listening to the commentary, we were in for a shock. Malaysia leading 2-1. Only 15 minutes to go. 12 minutes, 10 minutes. Would India go out of another World Cup without the gold medal? We were all so heartbroken. The minutes kept ticking by. 9, 8, 7. And then India's coach makes a substitution, bringing in penalty corner expert Aslam Shah Khan. 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go, and India gets a penalty corner and Aslam Shah Khan is ready. He kisses the tavis given by his mother in Bhopal and he's ready. BP Govinda takes the push. Captain Ajit Pal Singh stops it and Aslam Shah Khan strikes to the goalkeeper's right. It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal! India equalizes 2-2. The match goes into extra time. And in the extra time, Harcharan Singh scores another goal. India is in the World Cup final 1975, beating Malaysia 2-1. But what we didn't know then was that that day was the penultimate day of India's golden era of hockey. The last day of that golden era was 2 days later when India played the final against Pakistan and beat them 2-1 to win India's first and only World Cup trophy. And just the very next year, in 1976, India slumped to an unbelievable 7th place at the Montreal Olympics. And since then, Indian hockey has won hardly anything of significance on the global arena, just some Asian victories. Of course, we won the 1980 Moscow Olympics, but that was an Olympics boycotted by the Western nations and there were few teams to play hockey. And we won a very highly diluted gold medal. The Jesuits were like that, giving us a connect to what was relevant happening outside the textbook, like a World Cup semi-final. So we knew what was happening outside our classroom. Just 3 months after that World Cup victory, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi clamped emergency on the nation. And our democracy also would change forever, like our hockey did. With that interest triggered in school, I kept following Indian hockey and connecting it to what is happening in the country. Our country and hockey seem to be in decline. That same Aslam Sharkan, who brought India virtually back from the dead in that World Cup semi-final, was so dispirited and disheartened by what was happening in Indian hockey that he titled his autobiography, "To Hell with Hockey." He couldn't take the nepotism, maladministration, lack of vision and political power play anymore. Imagine you being a doctor, loving your profession, practicing it for years, and then you're so disillusioned by the unethical practices that you write your autobiography and title it, "To Hell with Medicine." After painfully dumping hockey, Aslam Sharkan joined the Congress and became an MP in 1984 from Betul, Madhya Pradesh. And 2 years ago, when Rahul Gandhi quit as Congress president, after another humiliating defeat to the BJP in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, who but Aslam Sharkan was there to stand up and tell his party, "Why don't you consider me as a super substitute to save the party?" Congress, of course, has slumped like Indian hockey. For several decades, Indians could not think of another party besides the Congress. But those giant-killing skills are long gone. And after the arrival of BJP, Congress looks clueless. Indian hockey, too, is much the same. Until 1960, when we lost the Rome Olympic final to Pakistan, nobody could visualize a champion other than India in hockey. But once the new rules of the game kicked in, the game started to be played on AstroTurf, and the pace of the game changed to be much faster. Indian hockey too seemed to be out of depth. And then came June 1983 when India won the Cricket World Cup. That was the tipping point for Indian hockey to go into oblivion, as cricket eclipsed everything else. From then on, millions of Indians would not even know the name of India's hockey captain. Honestly, did you know the name of India's hockey captain before the team left for Tokyo? Honestly, do you know his name at least now? By the way, millions of Indians would know the name of India's number 11 batsman in cricket. Amid the ruins of Indian hockey, one bright spot is the faith that the Odisha government and its hockey playing Chief Minister Naveed Patnaik, who was a goalkeeper during his Doon school days, have put in the game. Odisha first sponsored Indian hockey in 2010, and then again in 2018, it committed 1 billion rupees for a 5-year sponsorship, which was raised later to 1.5 billion. See the creditable return on investment that 1.5 billion has brought. An Olympic medal in hockey after 41 years. And compare that to the kind of wasteful splurge we make on loss-making government companies. This week, the Rajya Sabha was told in a written reply that the government had offered a combined package of 690 billion rupees to revive the BSNL and MTNL, two loss-making government-owned telecom behemoths. 690 billion rupees. To come back to hockey, it was baffling for people of my age to see young India explode in celebration when India won a bronze medal after suffering multiple heart attacks in the last few seconds and hanging on to dear life for a bronze. It was indeed a match well played and won, but the fact is that we are no world beaters yet. Truth be told, from the golden age of hockey, we now have a toehold on the bronze age. Nothing more. Imagine if on that morning of March 1975, Father Dominic Gomez had, instead of taking us out to listen to the India-Malaysia World Cup hockey commentary, had come into the class like most teachers do and said, "Good morning, students. Lesson 7, please open your books. Let's discuss the savannas and grasslands of Central Africa and Congo." Thank God we had teachers and Jesuit priests who thought out of the box. This video is dedicated to Father Dominic Gomez, who gave me that memorable social studies class in March 1975, who is no more. And to several other Jesuit priests and teachers of AK James School who are also no more. And to many of my classmates who have also passed away. Robin, Jaffa, Naushad, Cherin Sebastian, Matthew K. Thomas, C.B. Chiranbelil, Roy Matthew, Mahmoodan, and Georgios just a few months ago. Love you, classmates. Love you, dear friends. Love you, my teachers. Rest in peace. Thank you.